Hello everyone, it's Melanie here with Vintage Hill Studio. I'm so glad you dropped by today. I have a fun video showing a bucket full of felt leaves. Now, recently I posted a video on how to make these felt leaves using a die set. And here is the die set that I used. It's winter leaves. I will link to that other video within this video today so you can see how I did the other card. But I'm starting with a piece of felt, and you can see that that felt is less expensive than a piece of cardstock. So that's kind of fun. But also to know that you can use your dies on felt. So this is a recap of the video that I posted previously showing you how to do this. You just take your die, place it over the felt. I made a little shim here of some paper. I'm going to place that over the felt, top it with one of my other plates, and run it through my Sizzix Big Shot die cutting machine. I do this a couple of times just to make sure that that goes completely through the felt. And not only does it cut the felt, but it also leaves the veining lines. So isn't that fabulous to know that you can cut your felt with your dies? Look at these beautiful fall leaves that I've got here. Just a whole cluster of them. So I want to make this bucket look like it's come from a rake jar, just full of leaves. To do that, I did off camera make a little bucket using my Cricut, and I ran that through my Lumber 3D embossing folder to give it a wood grain. I thought that looked cute. And then I had this puffy 3D silver metallic paint, and I used that on the handles and the little rivets on my basket/bucket here. And then you can see I've got a little foam tape at the top so I can tuck my leaves inside. So here is the finished product of that bucket, and a close-up look on the wood grain and the rivets. And before I get this put on the front of my card, one of the last details I want to do is add a little shading to this handle. Just using a simple marker, adding shading to give it a little roundness, and then I'll be ready to get this card assembled. So let's move on. Okay, now when I go through putting this card together, the first thing I want to do is emboss a little mat for the front. And this is a Cuttlebug embossing folder. I'm sorry I don't know the name of it. It is beautiful. I'm going to run that through my embossing machine off camera. This is a 5x7 inch folder here. And look at this beautiful embossing. So this is going to be a tone-on-tone card front so that our leaves in our bucket stand out. And you can see my card base is 5x6.5, just a little bit larger than my mat. And I'm using a liquid adhesive to get this stuck down. I like to use this because of all the crevices on the back. The debossed and embossed crevices require a little more adhesive to me than just a tape runner. So I like to use a liquid adhesive. It lets me make minor adjustments as I'm lining up my corners. And we are ready to get to the fun part. Okay, I'm trying to see where I want to place my bucket because I do want a couple of leaves outside on the ground. And I'm going to place those kind of right here in the corner, and I'm going to do a diagonal type design. It's not exactly corner to corner, but you will see that it's a little higher on the left side of my bucket, flowing down to the right where the leaves have fallen out of the bucket. And I think that's visually appealing for design. So as I go through putting in all of these leaves, I will put on a little music and I'll catch up to you later. Enjoy! is our finished bucket. Isn't it lovely? And so much fun, so much color. It doesn't even need a sentiment on the front. Sometimes enough is enough, and simple is the way to go. I used that same embossing folder for the inside of my card just to finish it off. I hope you enjoyed this video, that you get inspired to look through some of your dies and try it with a little bit of felt and see if you like those felt die cuts. I think you would really enjoy working with this. Thank you for coming by. Please give me a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe, and hope to see you again next week. Happy crafting, everyone.